What? You were expecting a Bumblebee review? Alright, y'all, so today I'm going to be reviewing Bird Box. Only reason I watched this is because there was a lot of hype around this film. All on my Facebook timeline, all I kept seeing is Bird Box this and Bird Box that. Scariest movie ever. Couldn't go to sleep after watching this, yada yada yada. Had to watch something lighthearted to take my mind off of this. So I kept seeing all this stuff about Bird Box, and it's being hyped like the scariest movie of all time. And then my boy, the Not So Super Fan, by the way, shout out to Not So Super Fan. If you haven't seen his channel, check him out. He does kick-ass movie reviews as well and reactions. The Not So Super Fan recommended that I watch this. He gave it a good recommendation, so I said, okay, I'm going to check this film out and see what the hype is. So now, drum roll, does this film live up to the hype? Yes and no. I say no because it's not a horror movie. It's not meant to be a horror movie. I don't know why people treat it like it's a horror movie, because it's not. It's a sci-fi post-apocalyptic film that's like the cousin of A Quiet Place, okay? If the creatures in A Quiet Place had to do with hearing, these creatures have to do with sight. So basically, if you look at these creatures, you will commit suicide. And then this condition evolves throughout the film, not to get too heavy in the spoilers, but the condition does evolve into something else later on. So that's pretty much it. You look at these things, you commit suicide. Sandra Bullock, she's the protagonist in this movie. Sandra Bullock is pregnant, she's about to pop. She's a single mom, loner, you know, doesn't really want to have connection with anybody. She goes to the doctor to get checked up, and then this mass hysteria breaks out where everybody's all of a sudden committing suicide. She gets out of it, hooks up with these group of people in John Malkovich's house, and now we have our story. So the thing I like most about this film is the characters. John Malkovich, I thought, did very good as the asshole. Every time you have a group of people in these kind of movies, you always have to have that one person that's just an asshole, but they know what they're talking about. They're right most of the time, but they're just douchebags. Okay, you have the strong woman who is kind of troubled at first, but then she finds her inner strength, and now she's the leader. She makes all the right decisions, and she leads the troops into battle. You have your scary character. You have the brother that's scary, that's always afraid and always screaming and looking like he's just about to shit his pants. And sometimes you do have the strong brother who is in this movie as well. You know, the black man who actually has some testosterone and, you know, can kick some ass. So you always have to have these characters in the movie, and I think these characters did work well. I think they work well together. Sandra Bullock, I thought, did a really good performance. I think she really carried this movie. And the interesting thing about this film is, I don't know if they did this on purpose or not, but you don't see the creatures, okay? I just want to prepare you for that, because if you watch this film expecting a monster movie, you're going to be really disappointed, because there you don't see the creatures like they're talked about. You know that they're there, like they do things where like they have leaves blowing, or you see a shadow every now and then. Like you could feel the presence of the creature, but it's not there. They're not there. You don't see them. But I think that's an effective technique, because the way that they set this movie up, where you can't look at these things, the movie is so intense where as an audience watching it, you're like, okay, you know what, being that they can't look at it and they're so scared, shit, I don't even want to see these things because something might happen to me, you know what I mean? So I thought it was an effective technique, but for those expecting a monster movie like a Cloverfield or something, you're going to be really disappointed. And that's probably why the film didn't get a theatrical release, because they probably didn't know how to market it. Like in A Quiet Place, you do see the creatures, and they were done very well. The special effects were done well, but here you do not see the creatures. You see images of them, like drawings of them. You see the shadows, like I said, but you don't actually see them. But I think the way that they're executed, the way that that the cast reacts to what's going on, I thought that it added intensity. It did add some scary elements to it, and I thought it worked well. But then again, it might have been that they didn't have money to invest in these creatures. But hey, sometimes you gotta make chicken salad out of chicken shit, and that's what they did. And I thought it worked very well. So I really thought that this was definitely a callback to the first season of The Walking Dead. That's what I thought about when I was watching this. There was even a phone call from a person named Rick who had a place that, you know, for shelter or whatever. And I was like, okay, I don't know if they're going for this, but it does remind me of Walking Dead, the glory days of The Walking Dead, and it almost brought a tear to my eye because I stopped watching The Walking Dead because the show just went to shit. But this was a reminder of how great the show used to be. So wrapping this up, I think Bird Box really does work. It's a really good watch. Nothing really special that I haven't seen before, so I wasn't like overly in love with this film, but I did really enjoy it. I do really think it lives up to the hype, but not the scary hype where it's like, oh my god, I can't sleep after watching this. But I really did like the concept. I thought the performances were really good. I think Sandra Bullock really killed it. And the execution, everything about this film worked. I'm gonna give Bird Box a B. I think it is a really good watch, a really solid sci-fi post-apocalyptic film. It's on Netflix, so check it out, y'all. I think you guys will really enjoy it. If you've seen it, comment below what you thought about it. Thank you for watching as always. This is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.